Yeah, no, it's really nice to be able to get to know someone who isn't in your usual group, doesn't know much about me. I don't know much about her either. So, to be able to start, everyone thought Harry and Meghan had everything perfect when they bought their Montecito mansion. 9 bedrooms, 16 bathrooms, and famous neighbors like Oprah. But the bills kept coming. Staff, paychecks, security guards, taking care of the property, it all costs millions every year. Their money comes from deals that might end any time. House prices in their area are going down, and their Portugal property is stuck with legal problems. The real question isn't if they're having money troubles, it's how long they can keep paying before something breaks. In March 2020, Harry and Meghan had to leave Canada fast after a newspaper shared their private address. At first, they thought they'd be safe at Tyler Perry's Beverly Hills house. But that didn't work out. Drones started flying just 20 feet over their house, sometimes 3 times every day. It got so crazy that on Memorial Day weekend, photographers even took pictures of baby Archie by the pool. That's when they'd had enough. They sued in Los Angeles and knew they needed to completely disappear. A few weeks later, they made a big choice to buy a new home, somewhere they could finally feel protected. In June 2020, they secretly bought a house in Montecito for $14.65 million. It wasn't just any regular home. It was 7.4 acres of beautiful Mediterranean-style property hidden behind private gates and tucked away near neighbors like Oprah Winfrey and Ellen DeGeneres. The person who owned it before was a Russian, a billionaire who had paid $25.30 million for it back in 2009 and tried to sell it for $34 million. He ended up losing $10 million, and the deal happened privately using special companies Meghan had set up to keep their names secret. The house had been worth just over $14 million before, so, even on paper, the couple had already made a smart buy. What's inside that house is absolutely amazing. Almost 19,000 square feet, 9 bedrooms, 16 bathrooms, a 2-story library with walls covered in leather books, a full-size movie theater that fits 20 people. There's a bar and a game room right next to it. The ceilings have dark wood beams, and the fireplaces look like they came from an old church. The kitchen looks like something from a fancy magazine. Marble counters, the best kitchen equipment you can buy. There's a wine room, spa, and 2 different kinds of saunas. Tyler Perry even gave them a grand piano as a present. The whole house smells like rose-scented candles from Soho House, and that smell has become their special thing. But it's not just the house. The outside is like a fancy resort. There's an Olympic-sized pool with a luxury poolside building that can fit 200 guests. The tennis court is professional quality with lights so they can play when it's dark. Meghan planted her own rose gardens and vegetable areas. Every day she walks out to do what she calls her end-of-day picking. There's a fish pond, hidden gardens, and rows of olive trees. One of the weirdest things is that even though Montecito is all hills, their land is totally flat. That's super rare and makes it perfect for private family parties. Then there's Archie's chicken house. In 2021, Meghan built a chicken area to save hens from factory farms. She says, "I just love rescuing animals." The kids also have their own fairy tale setup, a castle-style playhouse, a huge play area with swings, slides, climbing walls, obstacle courses, and a princess-themed playroom inside the house. There's a top-quality gym with Peloton equipment. Harry exercises there a lot, but the sweetest detail is something only they would notice. On the first tour of the house, Harry saw 2 palm trees growing from the same spot. He told Meghan, "That's us." Now, every morning, Archie says hello to the trees by saying, "Hi, Mama," "Hi, Papa." Their investment turned out to be huge. They bought the house for $14.65 million. But by January 2025, Zillow said it was worth $29.6 million. That's a 110% increase in less than 5 years. During the same time, California's average home prices only went up by 41%. And even Montecito's increase was just 47%. Their monthly home value was going up by 6.2%. It's not just about good timing. This was the Meghan Markle effect. Her fame alone made people more interested in Montecito houses, and celebrity status added huge value. The couple had taken out a $9.5 million loan, so their ownership had more than doubled when they bought it. Public records showed the house was valued at $14.945 million, which makes the value increase even more impressive. Keeping it all safe wasn't simple. The property has a wall all around it and a long driveway made of hand-cut Santa Barbara stone. After stalker threats in 2023 and break-ins nearby in 2025, they installed a high-tech drone detection system. Thick plants and trees block any views from neighbors. In 2023, viral TikTok videos showed 3D overhead views of the property, getting over 560,000 views. Security experts said those videos could be dangerous. That's why they now have a full security team, houseworkers, gardeners, and several nannies. But not everyone in Montecito was happy. Their regular helicopter trips to Los Angeles caused so many noise complaints that the Montecito newspaper wrote about it. In 2022, Some neighbors said the quiet town had been turned into a tourist attraction. Restaurants were packed with people hoping to see Hollywood royalty. Local people started calling Meghan the starlet and said the couple brought new money energy into their peaceful town. One podcast even joked that Meghan had traded royal crowns for Tupperware containers, talking about her lifestyle brand. The attention had completely changed the feel of Montecito. In 2024, Meghan Markle quietly started a lifestyle brand that seemed innocent on the outside, but upset her close friends in the strangest way. The jam wasn't just regular jam, it came in glass jars, each labeled with a number between 1 and 50. These weren't random numbers, they were rankings. Friends who got higher numbers felt it. Mindy Kaling even said she wondered what her number meant. The first jar, of course, went to Meghan's mother. Kris Jenner, Chrissy Teigen, and Tracee Ellis Ross all got their jars, too. But not everyone did. People noticed. Some were hurt, some were angry. What was supposed to be a homemade gift became a quiet way of ranking who mattered. And it worked. The raspberry version, priced as a fancy item, sold out in hours, under Meghan's new brand name, American Riviera Orchard, so polished that she even included the jam story in her Netflix show, connecting it back to childhood memories and the feeling of being loved through small homemade things. But it wasn't just about jam. In her Montecito mansion, Meghan showed something else on Netflix. A giant wine room, not a few shelves in a closet. This was a full 500-bottle setup designed for entertaining Hollywood's most powerful people. She had her own wine brand now, American Riviera Orchard Rosé, released in 2024 at $30 per bottle. It was a California blend of 4 grapes with 14.5% alcohol. Some critics said it tasted more like a business experiment than something she truly cared about, but it sold out fast. That energy didn't last. Later batches took longer to sell, and her wine journey didn't become the cultural moment her team had hoped for. The wine room stood as a symbol. She was no longer trying to catch up with California's rich and famous. She had made it. On September 14, 2024, that wine room helped host one of the fanciest parties Montecito had ever seen. Tyler Perry turned 55, and Meghan and Harry threw the party themselves just one day before Harry's 40th birthday. They packed their mansion with celebrities. Oprah was there, so were Alicia Keys, Gayle King, Aaron O'Connell, and the CEO of Paramount. Photographers caught Meghan laughing in the backseat of their black Range Rover, while Harry held up his phone with a proud smile. The message was clear. They weren't just going to Hollywood events anymore, they were the ones hosting them. But all of this glamour comes with a cost, a really high one. The $14.65 million mansion costs about $330,000 every year, just in upkeep. That covers 10 to 15 full-time workers, gardeners, security, pool workers, people to care for the fish pond, the tennis court, the kids' playhouse, the chicken area, and even the 200 olive trees on the property. This isn't the kind of house you can just lock up and leave. It needs work every single day. Add private security, drivers, cooks, assistants, private school costs, and PR expenses. And experts think their yearly spending could reach between $6 and $8 million. Justin Nielsen, a property expert, said it perfectly. This isn't seasonal upkeep, it's a full-time job. Then came the rumors, whispers about unpaid taxes. Numbers spread online. Some said they owed $20 million to the tax agency, but 2025 records showed that wasn't true. No tax liens were found on their Montecito home. Still, they were not completely safe. That house came with a huge loan, and in 2024, home values in Montecito dropped 14.1%. Their mansion's value may have sunk to just $25.5 million, which means if they tried to sell it now, they could lose almost $9 million. Meanwhile, a $4.7 million investment in Portugal sits unfinished. The Costa Terra Golf and Ocean Club home was supposed to be a backup plan. It turned into another expensive question. On the income side, Netflix extended its deal with them beyond the original $100 million contract from 2020, but it's not all smooth. Meghan's cooking show with Love. Meghan got 5.3 million views and got approved for a second season, starting in August 2025. Still, it didn't make Netflix's top 300 in early 2025. By comparison, the teen drama Adolescence hit 145 million views there earlier.